Okay, let's talk about something that's, absolutely crucial, but sometimes a little confusing, the money side of things. Today, we're going to break down the VADA fee agreement. Seriously, getting how this works is the key to making sure everything is transparent and you have a really successful partnership. So, let's dive in. This quote from VADA really says it all, doesn't it? It just sets the stage perfectly. It's this powerful, super straightforward promise that basically puts you and your advocate on the exact same team. Their success is literally your success. But what does that actually mean for you in practice? So, it all starts with the heart of their fee structure, the contingent fee. This is the big promise, the one that makes sure VADA's goals are lined up perfectly with yours. So, what is a contingent fee? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. It means VADA only gets paid if and only if they win past due benefits for you. If there's no award, you pay nothing, absolutely zero cost. It's the ultimate no-win, no-fee deal, and it's not just their policy, it's right there in federal regulations. Okay, so you win. A fee is due. That makes sense. But how is that fee actually calculated? It's not just a single one-size-fits-all number, and there's a really good reason for that. Which brings us right to our next section. Right, so why isn't every fee the same? Because no two cases are the same. Think about it. The complexity, the sheer amount of evidence, how many appeals it takes, it's all different from person to person. To make it fair, VADA uses a tiered system. Okay, check out this table. It lays out the whole tiered system pretty clearly. A standard Tier 1 claim, 1 to 5 contentions, that's a 20% fee. But as the case gets more complex, more contentions, you're dealing with prior denials, or you're heading into federal litigation, that percentage goes up to reflect all the extra work. It tops out at 33.3%, which is fully compliant with federal rules. It's just a transparent way to match the fee to the fight. Let's make this real with a quick example. Let's say your case is Tier 2. So the fee is 25%. When you get that check for past due benefits, the VA automatically withholds 20% of it and sends that straight to VADA. Then it's your responsibility to pay the other 5% directly. So it's important to remember it's a two-part payment. Now, what if you have multiple claims going on? The agreement is really clear here. Each medical condition is treated as its own separate case, and they can get decided at totally different times. So when one wins, the contingency fee gets calculated and applied to that specific award. It's not all just one lump sum at the very, very end. So, congratulations, you've won. The strategy worked, which is awesome. Now what? Let's talk about the next step, the payment process. It's designed to be really quick and really straightforward. Here's the play-by-play. First, the VA grants the award. Then they send that base 20% to VADA. Your part is to pay any remaining balance within 5 business days, and you really need to pay attention to step 4. If, for some reason, the VA messes up and doesn't withhold their part, you are then responsible for paying the full fee directly, all within that same 5-day window. And this is a really critical point to understand. If you have other government debts, say severance pay recoupment, that get taken out of your award money, that does not reduce the fee you owe to VADA. The fee is calculated based on the total award amount before any of those other deductions come out. Look, this agreement is a two-way street. It's a partnership, right? So let's take a look at your contractual obligations to make sure this partnership runs as smoothly and effectively as it possibly can. Your main job here is to collaborate on the strategy and then let VADA handle all the filings. Taking things into your own hands, like filing on your own or using their legal strategies without getting permission, that's a breach of the agreement, and it can seriously mess up the case. And the consequences are pretty significant. If you file independently, even after you've ended the agreement, and you win benefits that are based on VADA's strategic input, you are still on the hook for the full fee. This clause is in there for a reason. It protects the value of the strategic work itself. Of course, the agreement also has to cover what happens if payments aren't made on time. So let's look at the process for late payments and the penalties that are designed to protect VADA's work. This timeline shows exactly how things escalate if a payment is late. After just 6 days, all work on your case comes to a halt. By day 15, your representation is formally suspended. And from there, the actions get more and more serious, eventually leading to legal enforcement after 60 days. This process just ensures the agreement is honored by both sides. Now, beyond late payments, there's another really serious breach: misusing VADA's proprietary strategies. This isn't just about breaking a contract. It's a violation of their intellectual property. The unique knowledge and the specific methods they've spent years developing to win these cases. And that misuse comes with a very specific and very costly penalty. The agreement spells it out, a $5,000 liquidated damages fee for each and every time a client misuses their strategies to try and get around paying the contingency fee. And on top of that $5,000 fee, VADA can pursue other legal actions. We're talking about things like a court order to stop you from using the info, civil penalties, and even lawsuits to recover damages. They take protecting their work product very, very seriously. So, what happens if you decide to terminate the agreement partway through? Well, that's where this legal principle called quantum meritat comes into play. It's Latin, and it basically means as much as he has deserved. In simple terms, it ensures that even if you end the partnership, you're still responsible for paying for the value of all the work that's already been done on your case. When you boil it all down, this entire fee agreement is built on transparency, shared goals, and what both sides promise to do. It's designed to protect both you and your advocate. Which brings us back to that big question. Is a clear agreement the foundation for a successful partnership? Well, it seems pretty clear that a strong, well-understood agreement isn't just a bunch of paperwork. It's the bedrock of a partnership that's built to win.